What's going on, people? Welcome back to another episode of the Rating Climb. This is episode number 15, and in this episode we are rated 825 rating points. We currently have 20 wins, 2 draws and 4 losses under our belt. And with all that said, let us get into a 15-10 minute game. We have the white pieces, and let's go for E4, best buy test, said the legendary Bobby Fischer. We are playing a Rookie Nightmare 23 from the United States of America, and I believe we are going to face the French. So we'll go for the exchange French and play Bishop E2 if we get it. Okay, so we get the exchange French. I don't mind this variation. Pretty you get quick development and quick castling, whereas I've got 2 pieces out already and my opponent's got 1 pawn out. There we go, already off to a great start. So is the opponent going to go for some cheese, like knight to G4? Let's just play H3 anyway. Now we can play D3. Allowing the knight to jump to knight B to D2 after we bring the bishop out, possibly to E3. Opponent's looking for C4, C5 possibly, so I really want to go here, but I know the knight's not looking at good prospects here. So maybe go here, here. Let's just bring out the bishop first. Yeah, I don't mind this move. It allows this, preventing the bishop from ever. Okay. That makes me want to block off this pawn with the knight, but then that runs into C5. So I could play with the bishop, but then I'm losing a bishop for a knight and putting the queen on an attacking square. I could always just move. Let's calculate a bit further. Let's say I push my pawn to here, opponent takes, I take, opponent's move, check, winning the queen, but it doesn't win the queen, so it'd be ridiculous to play it. Opponent has also got this resource, which I'm not liking. So let's just go knight BD2 first, preventing the knight jumping into E. Ooh. Yeah, if we go here, then I guess we can take it. We have to be careful for this push though. If C5 now. Okay. So now let's go to C4. Yeah. Because this is over defended. And this pawn is also majorly defended. tempted to play a move like... See, this doesn't exactly work. Hitting this pawn. Queen d2 is not a terrible move. Queen c2, sorry, not d2. The knight's on d2. And what would it be without a cup of tea? Hey, we've got tea in the cup today, guys. No hot chocolate. Unfortunately not. So the opponent's attacking the knight. Now we could trade. That just leaves this pawn attacked. We could also go here. And we could also go... I don't want to go here because I don't want to run into some stupid resource. Which means I have to take... And then the queen's lined up on this square. Although we could take advantage of the knight being here now, and if knight takes here, then we'd have to take the bishop first. Attacking the rook. I like this move because then I can bring the knight back, the bishop back, but then it's got no prospects. It's just sat in the corner doing nothing. Although if I go to here, at least I might end this square up in the future. If I go to here, I'm preferring this square more. This is still not a threat to me, by the way. It takes, because the bishop's still here defending. So even when I play this move, even the knight's still defending. Although I do believe the opponent might trade off the knights right now. So if they do, we'll take back with the knight. Because of course we want to try and get our queen on to this diagonal, threatening some form of attack. I'm trying to find a good sequence. So the opponent doesn't really have much. These, you know, this knight's kind of just stuck. I could trade here, and this knight is definitely stuck. In fact, I could trade here and win the knight. Well, the opponent missed that, didn't he? Although if I take here, then opponent takes here, then I take back, then rook to here. I've always got f4. Just while I move this bishop. I'm gonna do it. I've got knight to here instead, actually. It would have been better to take with the bishop, because then I'd be forking the pieces and this move wouldn't be readily available. Although if it is played, I just drop back. And then after takes. So hopefully this is winning a piece. Yeah, the opponent didn't like what I did. And thankfully I didn't bring the on, because now I can play. I see what the opponent's trying to do though. The opponent's trying to play this move and then block me in. So I'm going to straight away try and tell that bishop to go away. I'm going to say, what are you doing with your bishop? Are you going to trade it for my knight? My not so worth it knight. You wouldn't trade it for this one, so why trade it for this one? There's less active. It's only got one. Well, it's got 2 squares to go to. It's got 3, but one's not even a terrible option because it reroutes the knight. If yeah, the opponent's in despair. I'm thinking takes, 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 takes. Yeah, it's not actually very clear. I might drop the knight back, just so I'm not tripping over my own feet with the other knight. Yeah, I'm going to drop the knight back and then take... And because if this knight's on this square, at least the 2 knights are away from each other, so... They'll be on a... They'll be a square apart. Well, a square in between them, if you know what I mean. But they'll still control the same post. So, for example, if I wanted to overly protect this... Well, I can take here now. I was going to say if I wanted to overly protect this bishop... Oh, wow. The opponent's trying to... piece. Yeah, unfortunately, this does not work. The opponent has to take because we're staring at the rook, yeah. I feel like just taking this pawn with the knight. But I want to get my bishop out on that square, so... But after this... Yeah, I'm going to play this because it locks this bishop down behind this pawn wall. And that's never a move because this bishop's staring at it. And that's just awful because it's looking at nothing. Just making sure that if I go here with the knight, then takes with the knight, then takes with the queen, there's no queen to d2. Threatening this pawn and this bishop. So maybe bishop here first. Yeah, also opens up the e-file for the rook. So we can bring our rook over. And if rook here, we just ignore until they take. We want to have the rook on the open file. This is also a threat that the opponent somehow has now not overlooked, but I think after here, it's pretty hard for black to defend. It's not obvious though. Let's just go here, creating the false threat that if the queen ever moves, we've got this knight hanging. And then we can slowly bring up our other knight. Let's take the file now, and if opponent does decide to go for this line, then we've got this resource of we want to capture the rook if it takes, of course. Then we've got I'm saying it lightly, but if we go, wow. So do I have here, here, here? Let's play this first. I don't know what the opponent's trying to do. I thought something like this. This just ruins the pawn structure though. I want to go knight here and try and win this pawn. So what's the only black doesn't really have a resource to defend the pawn. Just pushing it. But then if they push it, then I can just bring this knight out. Ooh, I've got a tactic. If I go here... Ooh, no, it doesn't work, because after knight takes, I take the rook. Black takes my queen. Yeah. Quite difficult. I'm just going to go here and try and win this pawn. And then, of course, I've got knight f3 that should do some justice. Right, well, that's a free piece. Absolutely crazy. Opponent's sad. You can see it in the time they're taking to recapture. They didn't realise the queen was hanging, and now it's just a matter of checkmating the opponent. Threatening checkmate in one. So I'm not sure at all if that was a good line against the French or not, but opponent misses the checkmate in one. And we take... Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, we get 11 points for that win. Opponent was in a very new account. They certainly had a rookie nightmare. Opponent would like to chat. GG, great job. GG, brother. GG, great job. So that takes us up to 21 wins. And we are currently now rated 836 rating points. I will analyse this game right now for you guys and let you know, did we play a good line or not. So first of all, let me switch to analysis review board, and then let me press on the analysis. So straight out the opening, I'm 0.6, 0.5, 0.05 winning. 0.5, sorry, because the point and then 5-1. Anyway, French defence. Exchange variation. Is this the exchange variation of the French? I'm pretty sure the exchange variation goes like this. Yeah. Okay. So we played a different variation. I'm stuck on the wrong move now. There we go. So it wasn't quite the exchange variation. However, so it didn't like that move for some reason. It wanted d4, just taking up some space. But I thought with this move, I'm preventing this knight jump, blocking off the 2 squares the knight can go to. So I liked this because I'm covering these 2 squares. But then it just recommends e6 for the opponent. How? Oh, bishop e6. Bishop e6. What? Oh, the engine changed its mind now, it doesn't say that. Anyway, I'm just going to go through. You guys can see up here the best moves. So it currently thinks black is better. Just because they've got a bit more space and my bishop is... it's got no prospects really, but... So the more you leave it, the more it goes up a little bit for white, but still doesn't agree that I'm winning. Okay, so it's when we didn't miss the tactic at least. So it thinks we're slightly better now at 0.33. So we were slowly converting into a better position. But it's after that black missed this tactic of playing a5 instead of moving the knight, because now we've got 2 attackers and only 1 defender. So we go for the knight and it just wants me to play a bunch of different moves. Bishop e3 it wants me to play. Still holding on to the 3% advantage. No, it's a 6.6 advantage. 7. Or what move did it want here? Bishop c2. Bishop c2. Bizarre. Yeah, this was ultimately the downfall to white's position. This runaway pawn, thinking it can just travel across the board and come, attack me somehow. And white just failed to. Okay, so from this position I did n6. From this position, I think this is unavoidable. Let's say here takes, then here, and then just, yeah. So let's say here, 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 that's just checkmate, isn't it? Yeah. And then obviously we played, well, let's say we get off, the queen's stuck. Like, let's say if we get here, it's just checkmate still. So yeah, unfortunately, the opponent didn't see it and lost the game. We gained 11 rating points, I believe. 11. Yep, we gained 11 rating points. So that is the end of episode 15. If you enjoyed this episode, I have plenty more content on my channel. 15 other episodes to be precise. 14 other episodes. This is the 15th. And if you want to see any more, I've got a whole series in my channel. You don't have to go clicking through each one on their own to see how well or bad I played. You can go over to playlists and watch them all in a row. However, guys, take it easy, stay positive, peace.